Round one. Fight! Piece of me? I don't want a piece of you. I want the whole thing.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey, welcome back to Tier Ranker Fight. So we are back after a little bit of a hiatus. We had a little break for the holidays, and then I also took a little break to help my wife out. She had surgery, and she's pretty much fully recovered from that. So that's awesome. So
I'm glad your wife's fully recovered for the most part.
Yes. Yep, definitely. So
nice to be back doing this.
Yeah, exactly. But we're originally going to have a few more people on tonight, and there may be some people that might jump on the stream. We'll kind of see, but for right now, I have my co-host Chris, the Casablanca Kid Scott. How's it going?
What's up? Doing good, man. I'm excited to do this, considering it kind of started kind of as a joke, but like we all know those games that like in the beginning you start out with good intentions, and then like very quickly it's kind of time to go to war, and then like as people build property or as they get better and better, you just start to get a little irritated.
Yep.
Like
yep,
Uno
exactly.
or Monopoly.
Yep,
or the slew games.
Yep, right. And there's definitely those people who just love the whole strategy aspect. I definitely know some people that really just are in there to crush their enemies, you know. When they crush their enemies, and they want to see them driven before them, and then when they have the lamentations of the
women. Feed on their heart, feed on their beating heart. Isn't that right, Jordan? I kind of feel like we've had a couple experiences ourselves.
Yep. We definitely have, for sure.
Like some good old Ticket to Ride.
Yep. Yep, I'm just here, just eating the rest of some homemade cheesy bread. So excuse me if I'm eating on camera. I got my little...
I'm eating honey roasted peanuts. So nice. As I said, we're both eating on camera. So I feel like probably the next comments afterwards, if we do this enough, we'll be like, maybe just don't eat on camera again. What?
Yep, I have to have a little some AMSR where we just eat right up to the microphone.
We're like,
hi. This is my cheesy bread. This is so delicious.
I made it my honey roasted peanuts. They're amazing. You want some?
Anyways, I'm actually. My mic. For my ears, it sounds like maybe the mic's not coming through. All right, but you're hearing me loud and clear, though, right?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. How am I sounding?
You're sounding good, yeah. With that other headset that you got, you're sounding much better this time. So
go ahead.
That's awesome.
No, like echoey or anything, because I know I listened to some of like playback on the other ones, and I'm like, guys, I'm sorry about the horrible echo. It's bad.
Yeah,
it's bad on some of
those. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, we can kind of just jump into this though. So I'm gonna bring up the tier ranker chart that we have here, and we can kind of check out what we have. Give me 1 second. It's coming up here. All right, so these are some of the things we have, but I can kind of let's see, zoom it in and zoom it out. I think. Let me see. Oh yeah, there we go. So as we need to kind of see it better, but let's go back in a little bit like that. So you can see. Let's see. Oh, and if I zoom it in too far, it puts it in swipe mode for me, which I'm gonna. There we go. Okay, so you can see like I just put everything from like bingo to Monopoly. You got Uno, Yahtzee, you got Ticket to Ride, and then like down here you have like some Settlers of
Oh,
Catan.
Millborn is so much fun, dude.
Yeah, I used to play that when I was a kid all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. And when I was a kid, I had the like really old version of the game that
We
came
did
from like
too.
the 80s. Yeah, with the little crash dummies on the cards. Yep. Yep, I definitely
Where you had
remember
like the
that one for
certain number of
sure.
miles and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. I haven't played that for years though, but
You played like an accident, you got to mess other family up.
yep, exactly. That was awesome. Yep, because for me, so anyone who knows me, I'm like a game, board and card game fanatic. Like if you look at my closet, I have well over 100 games. It's a little bit of a problem that I have, but
I wish so. I would probably if I had more friends to play like board games with. So like between you and then like my friend David Blake. So with him, just played some. It was like an adult version. Oh, whose phone is this,
oh my gosh, I was just looking at that
dude?
game at
That
Target
game
the other
was
day. It
so
looked
much fun.
hilarious.
Just played it with my friend Jessica Stevenson and my best friend David Blake.
Oh, nice.
Probably about a week ago. Was another one of our
That's
friends,
cool.
and it was so much fun.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, one of the things I kind of thought of, I don't want to like rip off anybody's game here, but
Right.
I did make my own version of some Cards Against Humanity
I love it.
that just kind of takes out some of the more vulgar things you can play, like feel a little more comfortable playing with your parents or even
Right.
grandma or like kids
Right.
and people like that. But I even thought about doing like my own version of um of whose phone is this? Just coming up with like our own crazy things, just like just writing them like whatever funny crazy thing comes to our head.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah.
But yeah,
So
so that game's on my radar. I didn't put it on here because I don't think it's widely known. I tried to keep to like pretty popular games.
right,
I mean, there's a few kind of oddballs in here, but they're for the most
there
part
is.
they're pretty popular. One in particular is a game that my family. I don't want to say that they created it, but it's a game that like basically my family knows about. But I've noticed someone did come up with an actual legit version. It's a dice game called Zilch. So
I've never heard of Zilch.
yeah, that game's fun. Like that game, I always play it with my grandma whenever I go to visit her. There's another dice game kind of similar that's I forget what it's called. I want to say is it Spoons? I'm not sure, but it's not Spoon. That's a card game. But it's basically you roll a dice and you try and create different sets, and so the goal is to get to 1,000 points. So you get like 3 1s, you get 1,000. Like 5 5s, you get 500. 3 2s is 200. And then you get to roll. You get to keep rolling up until you have dice that don't count for anything, and then you got a zilch and you're out. But you can stop at any time. So if you want to stop, you say, all right, I just got 1,000 points. I'm going to stop there. Or if you decide to keep going, then you're risking possibly getting a zilch and you're out. So
I have played that game before. That game's so much fun.
Yeah, that game's a lot of fun. So basically, the criteria that I was thinking how we're going to rank this is basically like how much fun you have playing it. So like what your favorite game is, but also like how much is a competition in the game, and like how upsetting and like how intense, like how much does it make you want to just flip the game board over and just like be done with it all, So
absolutely.
Pretty much. So I'm just checking.
We gotta pick, dude. Since you have Millborn, I guess it's called, or Millborn. Yeah. So I've heard it more like the French title. We gotta grab that game because that's literally one of my favorite games. And dude, yeah. So
we could start with that one.
Yeah, man. So, okay, so explain your experience with Millborn, because it seems like we probably have both the same experience.
So for me, like I remember I got this game when I was a kid, and I had no idea how to play it. So like me and my friends, when I was like 8, 9 years old, we just make up our own rules and just kind of play it our own way. And then finally one day, my I want to say that was it my dad. I think he sat down and actually taught us how to actually play the game, and it's actually a lot of fun. So. And it's been so many years, though. I haven't played it since.
It's a cool French game. It's like, so I know you have to get to 1,000 miles. I know you can run out of gas, which basically stops your mile run.
Oh, hey.
And get an
Mark,
accident.
come back.
Hey.
We got
What's
Mark
up,
here.
Mark?
Hey. What's going on? Glad to have someone else join us.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't. I had something else going on.
That's all right, buddy.
Waiting for it to start, and then.
Yeah, it's all good. We had a few technical difficulties because Tier Ranker is really particular about the like type of pictures you can use. It's got to be a JPEG. It's got to be like a certain size and a certain resolution and all this stuff. And so like it wasn't uploading right, but I finally got it.
Looks like you got your poster set up already in your new place.
Yeah, so this is my new studio back behind me. You can see there. So I got everything over there, and then I got the Spider-Man over there from Chris. He actually gave me that one. So put it over the bed so like Spider-Man's crawling down at you when you're sleeping.
A little unsettling.
Yep, right. But yeah, so we're just getting into it here.
We were just kind of starting to break down with the game Millsborn. Both of us have played that game.
Yeah, have you ever played this game before? Millborns? It's a card game.
Yeah, I've played that. It's an easy, simple card game. We have like the really old version of it. From like
the really old game, like the actual French version. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the one that had some crash test dummies on it or something like that.
Right, crash test dummies on it. You had like a gas tank on some of the cards. You had certain miles. You had like a yield sign, I think.
Yeah,
yield. Other stuff.
Are these the best games to ruin a friendship, or just the best games altogether?
Best games to ruin a friendship.
Oh, that wouldn't. I don't see that causing problems.
Yeah, so like basically we're just ranking it on like the best games to ruin a friendship, or like will make you mad and want to flip the game board over. But also too, you got to factor in your favorite games a little bit, because once you get down to the real competitive one, then you got to kind of choose a favorite, you know.
And I think Millsborn's pretty competitive. I mean, because like especially with my family, we're all really competitive. So when we get playing, it's like we're all trying to get to like that certain mile point, and then oh my gosh, you have an accident card, so you can stop them.
Yeah, and for me,
and again and again, you kind of save it up.
For me, like it's been so long. So I haven't played it since I was a kid, and so I tend to rank it as C. That's kind of what I'm thinking as far as like how competitive and angry it makes you.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. C.
Yeah, and also we got a lot less games here, so than like previous tier ranker fights. So maybe we'll get through it tonight.
That's good. Yeah, less choices.
Ticket to ride.
So Jordan, I wanted to call it out. Jordan came over to my apartment once. I remember.
Oh, yeah, I was telling Chris a little bit about this, but I didn't get into it.
Yes, girlfriend. And he flipped. Yeah, I think he flipped the board over and got mad and stormed out. And I wasn't. I was just laughing instead of leave the situation.
So I have very own experience with a Ticket to Ride with him. You know, so it was me, and we were playing with his girlfriend at the time, and we're all playing together. And I didn't have any cards. Like there was no way to complete my track. Okay, I wasn't gonna win, so I just started like putting down track in the way of Jordan and his girlfriend at the time, and I kept blocking him, like focused on it. Like I purposely put a track like right at the end of it, so it ended his run basically. He got so pissed off at me. That's
what Shay said. I think Shay was there too.
Yes.
Saying, like, oh, I remember when Chris Scott was like blocking everybody, and it was making everybody so mad.
Yeah, Shay got mad too.
Well, the thing is, you weren't even trying to win the game. You were just trying to block everybody. You didn't even care about winning.
I couldn't win anymore. I couldn't win anymore. It was all about ending people's runs at that point. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, Mark, I just remember like you always seem to be like a real stickler to the rules. Like if it's in the rules, you got to do it. But for me, like I'm always a little more lenient. Like you basically follow the rules, but like you can kind of mix it up a little bit just to make it fun. But like you're just like, no, you stick by the rules. That's it.
Rules guy.
But sometimes that's more fun. Yeah. But yeah, so Ticket to Ride, I would definitely put it in an S tier. That one gets
S tier, absolutely, dude. Yes.
That one gets super competitive, and also it's one of my favorite games of all time. So yeah, I would definitely put it there.
Monopoly.
I can think of more anger-inducing games than Ticket to Ride. I'll make it a A.
Yeah, well, we'll leave it here, but it might fall down to A because I'm going to do the same thing. I have less tiers, so we're still gonna do the same. We're only allowing 10 in the S tier, and then you can have up to 20 in every other tier. Oh, I think we got another person. Trent.
What's up, Trent?
What's going on? Welcome.
Angry fight.
Yes,
get angry. Games promote
angry.
Some love and tenderness.
Drink some Red Bull and get angry.
Yeah.
Yikes.
We've only ranked 2 games so far, so we got Ticket to Ride and the Milliborns. I don't know if you ever played that, but that's a card game.
You have very nice eyeballs, Trent.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, how are you doing, Trent? How's your night?
Very blessed. Yeah, enjoyed at least a couple chocolates from the Ferrero Golden Collection earlier.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
so I'm like, what do they call like the Walmart brand? Some sweet enticements or something, or I can't remember what they call it.
Sweet enticements.
Oh yeah, those are the best.
Yeah,
What?
Me and Mark used to always get those all the time. It was like our go-to movie snack. But yeah,
those I can't, oh man, I miss those so much.
Or no, yeah, but
I'm Trent right now. Dude.
Oh yeah. Is there something covering me?
I feel like it's like Tim Allen in like Home Improvement with the neighbor. He's
oh
like,
yeah.
Tim.
Yeah, here, let me move that too.
Tim.
Here.
Okay, is that good advice?
There we go. Now we can see it. I had the little overlay covering your face.
Tim, you think that's a good idea? Do you think that's a good idea?
Right. He's like, I don't think so, Tim. I don't think so. Yeah, but yeah, you missed it earlier. Me and Chris were doing some AMSR, so I got this like cheesy bread, and I was like punching it really close to the microphone. I was like,
Oh yes,
my dinner today. You gotta enjoy some AMSR. You talk really quiet like this, and you gotta try not to get angry because AMSR does not promote anger; it promotes relaxation. Right.
And I was just enjoying my amazing honey roasted peanuts.
Wow.
But yeah, so I know. You can put us all to sleep. But so I know Chris mentioned Monopoly. I think Monopoly might be like the go-to like I think Monopoly's got to be S tier. Like that's one that always ticks people off and always like probably even above Ticket to Ride, I would say, because basically. So Trent, just we're ranking it based on like how competitive the game is and how much like the tempers can flare during the game, but also like on your favorite too. You got to factor in your favorite games just a little bit, because eventually you're gonna have a bunch in that one tier, and you just got to pick a favorite. So
right.
So,
Monopoly turns me into like a Marxist. I'm like, how dare these capitalists build these hotels? How dare they?
Seriously, the nerve.
So I remember an example. Okay, So I was playing Monopoly with my wife and one of my other friends, and they apparently wanted to be done. I didn't realize this, but I wanted to just keep going and, wanted to win. Well, they colluded. So basically, they're like, well, if you let on my properties, you don't have to pay rent and vice versa. It pissed me off so much. Like, seriously, this is bullshit. This isn't even playing the rules.
Yeah, right. Sure.
Well,
Not fair.
Well, Trent, and if you want to rank it, like this is everyone's personal thing, so you can give an argument. If you like some of the more calmer, gentler, like ones that don't get people angry, you can definitely have an argument for that too. So it's whatever you want to do.
It's everyone's friendly game.
to help
But so
loving relationships.
let's take a few off the top. We got bingo. I just did a bingo card because every box of bingo is going to be generic. So I think it's not super competitive. It's pretty low key actually.
Oh no, dude!
I mean, I want to put it down kind of far.
No,
because it's all based on what numbers are called out. It's not like someone
but still,
going against you.
So like I've gone and played bingo with my friend David, and when money's on the line, it gets pretty serious.
I can see that.
It's like rules, like there are certain rules, like before you have the ball drop. So let's say you have to see the ball in the catcher, okay? Well, if they don't call that ball, you better not call bingo, okay? This was my first bingo. I went to the senior center with my buddy David and his mom and everybody, and we're all playing. Well, I got really excited because I had a bingo. So I was like, bingo! And everyone else was like, what? And I was like, it's the catch in there. It's like, no. One lady turned to me and said, no. Because so ticked off.
No, do not call bingo before the ball drops. No.
Oh yeah. So like I definitely wouldn't say it's S tier, but I would definitely probably at least put it in B tier.
There's a reason they have bingo at senior centers. It's like a calm.
Yeah, it's like a calm game.
No.
For me,
we can move it to C then.
Yeah, I think C is about right. And I'd even put it under Milbourne's. So we never know. It might move up. We'll see. But if you guys have any games you're kind of like thinking of, we can jump around. Or
a catchphrase. That's the game where Shay gets really into it. She
that's like Aaron too.
Our bouncing around.
Brother Aaron, he's the same way. He's just like, oh yeah. So it's just one thing where you, blah, blah, blah. And then they start like just getting really intense about it. Yeah. So that one can get. Yeah, I'd probably give it about a B. That's what I'd say. And
then you're running out of time. You're like, dude, I don't remember what the sound is. Like, dude.
Yes.
Yeah, it gets faster and faster. Like you're gonna have like some kind of panic attack or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then people argue because right before the timer buzzes, they're like trying to throw it to the next person. They're like, no, like you had it. Hang on.
That is not mine anymore. It's done.
Yeah.
I think catchphrase can promote some good relationships.
Yeah, well, we'll be working as a team. You gotta have some good chemistry for your team.
Yes.
So it's a good team building. It's actually the first team game that we've had on here. So, I mean, I still put it B. Are you guys all right with B, or what do you think?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
Talking about good relationships, are there any online games that you know of, Jordan, that you can go online like we're doing now, but we're playing a game?
The only game that I can think of is what's that game that it's Jack Jackbox game.
Jackbox.
Yeah, so there's that one. That one's actually really fun. Actually, it just got it's like pack 7. I actually love that game. That game just gets you laughing and having a good time and stuff. So yeah, that one's a lot of fun.
How'd you have that with people who are remote, in 2 different rooms?
So there's a way that you can. So how I did it is I actually I haven't streamed it myself. But you can do it through Twitch. If you just cast your TV onto your computer, and then you can show it kind of the same way people play video games online. You just do it that way, and then all people need on their phone is the is the code to join, and they type it in, and you can just play
that'd be
that
cool. Yeah, I'll have to do that
Yeah.
sometime.
Yeah, we should definitely, because I've
That'd be
definitely
fun.
joined a couple online games doing that before. That's fun. Yeah, and also too, like if you're ever bored, you can just go to Twitch and there's like open games for like just anyone can join. So, but let's see. So one of the games I gotta
Scrabble.
put up there
Sorry, go
is I gotta put on the Settlers of Catan, because this game
Oh my
like
gosh.
it makes me so angry sometimes, especially when like people are trying to have strategy to just like get all the resources and like try and like block your longest road. Especially playing with my brother Aaron. He's all about the strategy, and he wants to just crush everybody's so they don't stand a chance. And like he loves it, he just laughs it up. So I would put it.
That's like an S.
I would put it in an S tier for sure, because like whenever I play with him, and like I'm always thinking of like Conan the Barbarian. He's like, I want to crush my enemies. I want to see them driven before me. I want to hear the lamentations of the women. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely what it sounds like. So for me, I put it at the very top. I think it gets even more heated than the Monopoly, because you're trying to trade with people, and like people are like, I'm not going to trade with you, or some people will form allies. But what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. That's why I bought the game Via Nebula, because it's like a Catan clone, except it's more you work together more. Like you can't create like roads where you block off others.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah,
that sounds fun. Hey, we got a little friend here, Jet. Hey, how's it going? That's my little cousin.
Why are there two of us?
So we can see. This is the. See that.
Hello.
Jet's got some bread.
Mark, I gotta say, for an engineer, you're like, I'm surprised you would get a game like that. Because I was surprised, like, you're not just like more competitive, you get more serious games where you'd be out to destroy a competition.
Well, I like strategy games, that's for sure. Like party games kind of get on my nerves. So I like strategy.
I can kind of tell, but Jet, what's your favorite game to play? Your favorite board game?
Do you like any of these games, Jet?
Do you like Uno, or do you like Monopoly, or do you like apples to apples?
Sorry on there.
Ooh. Yeah, Sorry's on here. That's actually one that would be real competitive.
Yes.
Sorry. Yep. Yeah. That one, because you're like bumping people back to start. And,
that's like an S
really,
right there. Oh.
Yeah, that's like an S for
game. Absolutely.
People want to definitely flip the board over, because they'll be so close to the home, and then it's like you want to get to them quick before they get their guy in the home.
Yes.
And then they knock on top of you. Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then just knock it off the board game. Like when I was a kid, I would like just send the little game piece flying across the room. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sure.
Trent, in your family, when Jordan was playing, which one would make Jordan the angriest?
Good question. Yeah, maybe scroll down and I can kind of peruse a little bit.
Yeah. You can
see.
Probably definitely Settlers is what I would think, but that's
any others here. Yeah, go down a little more.
I said the big one.
Yeah. Or even Operation. Operation gets people really freaked out.
Yeah, go down more.
Or like Risk. Like Risk can get pretty intense.
Yeah, I think out of all of them, probably Settlers.
Yeah. Okay. And I have Settlers on here twice, so we'll throw it here.
Oh, dude. That's the game I was thinking of that almost brought us to war. Is a King of Yun.
Wait, which one?
Whatever that game is, right next to Guess Tunes. Oh, King of Tokyo.
Oh yeah, the King of Tokyo. Oh yeah, that.
You don't remember that epic, dude? But we almost went to war over the rules, Mark. Mark, you were old enough to be in this game. You're like, no, you can't play the rules. We gotta play these rules like this. We can't allow this.
Bring it up.
We're like, why do the rules matter? Totally fun.
Because
I
there's
totally
like
Yeah,
ticked Mark off.
the creator of the creator of the game spent
And me and my wife
hours
quite literally left.
figuring out exactly how he wanted the game to run, how people
We
would have the
literally
most enjoyment,
left.
and you
That's how
and
much
you
the game
discard the
ticked us
rules.
off.
Yeah,
Dude, at the top of A, absolutely, dude. Yes.
and also in this game too, you're like really like trying to attack other people and like destroy them. So I think that
Yes.
I think it might even go in an S, maybe the bottom of S. I'd say for now.
Yeah.
We can. Yeah, we can back it up a little bit, but yeah. All right, I think that's good. Let's see. So here's one that's from our family that I was kind of explaining to Chris a little bit. This is Zilch. So Trent, you played Zilch. I don't know if the rest of you guys have played, but this is a dice game from my dad's side of the family. I don't know if they necessarily created it, but they play it almost every time that we go. And it's basically like you roll dice trying to get different sets, and the goal is to get to 10,000 points, and you get like get 1,000 points if you get 3 threes. You get like 200 points for 3 twos, 300 for 3 threes, and like so on like that. And then you can get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a little similar to Yahtzee kind of, but like I think it's a lot more fun. It always reminds me of my grandma. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, it's I think it's a pretty good game. I actually say it's pretty mild, so I don't know if
It's not quite a war.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty
probably
mild.
down
Like probably in like C. I kind of put it at the bottom of C, like maybe
Okay.
there.
I'm okay with that.
What do you think?
Haven't played it.
Yeah.
seems like it could
Yeah.
work.
So
Okay.
I'd say Uno, guys. Are you kidding?
Yeah, there's Uno. Okay. Yeah, Uno can get a little intense because you're
Yeah.
like literally trying to I don't know just stop people from getting rid of their cards. So you want to like skip them or like make them draw a bunch of cards. You know.
That's a
game-
B.
It's a B for you?
Yeah, because it's like the game of choice of LDS families who like think that cards are evil or something, and so they like pick
What?
Uno.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I didn't
And
even know
it's
they're
like
this was
having
a
face
a
thing.
super tame game for families.
I'd
And I
say
don't think
A.
Somehow
I'd say
I don't know if phase 10 ended up in here. I meant to have phase 10, but I think that the picture didn't make it up here. But if we wanted to, there's an extra Catan. We could do phase 10 later on and use that as a placeholder. But for Uno, I'd probably say B. Yeah, I think that's about right. It's a little milder.
In
You
a
guys
front of catchphrase then.
Want it in front? Yeah, we could put it in front because I mean catchphrase is
I still
competitive,
think
but
it
it's
gets
not
pretty
like
serious. I mean, like,
it's not like destroy people. Serious. Yeah.
if there's someone you don't like and you can destroy them with your draw 4,
Yeah.
or you can skip their color. Yeah.
I don't think they belong in the same category. Catchphrase would have to be like one up from Uno
A level above.
because it
Think
gets
so?
intense,
What do you think,
like
Trent?
stress level.
Well, I think both
the
can help
beeping.
foster some good relationships and tenderness among families and
Yeah.
friends. But yeah, I think catchphrase definitely. I feel like there's much more at stake in that because there's lots of people and you're building up like a whole set of points. The whole game takes like half an hour or more maybe.
True.
So that I feel like I definitely care a lot more. I think generally if I win at catchphrase and if I lose at catchphrase and if I win or lose at Uno.
Yeah, that is true. So maybe for now, I mean, we could put catchphrase ahead of it. I don't know if we want to have Uno down in C, maybe at the
No.
top of C. We could just leave it there. I think that's a fair spot for it.
See where it climbs, see where it falls.
Apples
Yep.
to apples.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
next
Apples.
one.
Yep.
That one kind of. I don't know. For me, party games are kind of strange because I start sensing that like certain people are picking, are like teaming up with like there's certain people who think like certain other people are more funny and so they'll keep picking their cards.
Right.
And so I start seeing this like party dynamic, and so because of that, it can I rank that an A.
Yeah.
You were
and
good
then
at A.
and then there's some people that like pick ones that are a good
Yes.
fit for the card, and others that pick it for
Because they know
funny
somebody.
reasons. And
Yeah.
so you have this fight between those who are trying to pick logical cards and those who are trying to pick funny cards, and then they're like those two are like heading off.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's like, well, it's like if it's the person's turn that only picks funny cards, it's like if you want to pick logical cards, you're like, well, I don't stand a chance this round. He's not going to pick mine, or like vice versa. It can go the other way too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like I was playing as I told you, Jordan, Who Phoned This, and I found myself being caught up in that. I was like getting kind of annoyed. I was like, seriously, I'm not getting picked.
Yeah,
Have you ever heard
then
of
you
that?
start feeling bad. You're like, nobody thinks I'm funny.
Nobody loves me. My mom told me I was special.
Yeah, my mom said I'm special. But I don't know if you guys ever heard of that game. It's called Who Phoned This. So it's like basically this card game that's like, say that you like actually texted the wrong person, like you meant to send something to one person, but it ended up going to your grandma or going to someone, and it's just some random text message. What would their response be? The most craziest, wacky response. So like the game looked pretty fun. I was actually looking at it. I went to Target the other day. Like I kind of want to get this game or make my own version. That could be fun too.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, that could be good.
But
do we want to, since we're talking about apples to apples, do we want to deal with Cards Against Humanity too, since that's on there as well?
Yeah.
I love that game so much, and it's so hilarious.
Like Apples is a dirty cousin or something, pretty much.
Yeah.
But like
that one's at the top.
My version I created.
Love Apples to Apples.
I cleaned it up. I cleaned up all the inappropriateness out of it, and made it funnier, I think. But
let's
put
it in front of in front of Apples to Apples. What do you think, Mark?
Sure, yeah. And the dynamic with that game is you have the Cards Against Humanity Family Edition, which they make now, or the Cards Against Jordanity, as I call them.
Yeah, right.
The Jordan version.
I should have brought my like huge
sometimes
box to show it off, but
yeah, sometimes you have both games going on at the same time. I remember when Chris and Adam and Jordan were like passing like secret Cards Against Humanity cards like across the table while we were playing the other game.
Yeah, right.
And they're like laughing and smirking. We're like, "What's so funny?"
Who was like, "Check out this card is so funny. I gotta show it to you, but only to you. I'm not gonna show this guy over here." Yeah. But yeah, I think A. I think that's a fair spot for it. But one of the games that I gotta do that I think gets pretty competitive is the game Ligretto. Have you guys ever played Ligretto?
I've never played Ligretto.
So it's a German card game that's just like total chaos. So you have all these different like numbered cards with different colors, and it's just like a mad chaos just to like lay your cards down. But you can only lay them in sets. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can only do it those sets of the same color. So you're like going through your deck trying to beat everybody, and then sometimes two people will go for the same card to lay it down at the same time, and that's whoever gets their first. So you got to be quick. So you're just going through and you got to like slap it down quick. And like some people just like will get super intense with it. And then like every time somebody wins, so when you win, you just shut a Ligretto stop. Everybody goes, "Oh, come on!" Like every time, no one's gonna say like, "Oh, like good job, you just won." Yeah, like congratulations.
That sounds like a couple.
Nobody ever says that.
It kind of sounds like golf or like BS.
Have you played Wacky Six?
No.
Or Dutch Blitz?
Nope.
No.
Or Nerds?
No.
Nerds. I like Nerds.
Okay. Well, never mind. It's pretty much the same thing as those games.
But for me, I think that it's even more like way more intense than Cards Against Humanity, and
Dude, I'm
probably
definitely game
like-
for putting it at the top of A if you want to. 'Cause it sounds really
it's like
good, too.
really like super competitive. I think I would put it probably like right above Settlers. But what do you think, Trent? Since you've played it, I mean, I think Sorry is pretty competitive, but that's like the game to flip the board over. Well,
I mean, I also feel like Ligretto can help foster some good relationships.
yeah.
Well, then that would pull
So
it
I
down.
think
Then.
the title of this stream should be
Relationships, it goes
Foster
down.
Good Relationships.
Yes, and
We can have
Yeah. Right?
so we can have Trent with a PSA like, guys, we're getting together to foster good relationships, and then we're just like in the background. We have just Jordan choking me and hitting me in the head with a Monopoly board.
Yikes. Yeah, it's an idea.
We're like, screw your good relationship and just flip the board.
Another board.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah. Screw you guys. Yeah.
That was good.
Sound like a-
But yeah, if I had to, like, I guess, yeah, if I'm playing Ligretto, the nice thing is everybody's playing at the same time, and so you're always kind of playing the game, which is fun. With Settlers of Catan, I feel like you have to kind of like wait, and it takes longer, and there's more at stake. And so, like, if you lose at the end of like a 2-hour game of Settlers of Catan, then it kind of can affect you more emotionally, perhaps. But Ligretto, you're playing the whole time, and so I feel like you can still have fun.
That
So.
is true.
In those terms, I'd say like there's less at stake for me in Ligretto if I like don't win the whole game
Right.
than Catan. So that's
Right.
not there.
Yeah,
So
that's
Well,
a
that's
good
like
point.
the same thing with Monopoly. I feel like Monopoly is one of those games where it's like you get those pieces, and then all of a sudden you don't have that last piece, and then you try to
Yeah.
talk somebody into trading with you, and they're like, "No."
Yeah, and like won't do it. Yep, and it ruins it for you. But
Yeah.
But like also the good thing about Ligretto is that the game usually only lasts about 5 minutes, like each round. So like as soon as like everybody loses except one person, everyone's like, all right, we got to do it again. We're gonna play again. Come on. So like, and then you have a chance to potentially win. So the next round. So like I kind of like would agree with that. These games are so much longer. I think that I'd still put it up in the A. I
Okay.
think it's definitely a little higher than Cards Against
I'm fine
Humanity,
with
but
putting it
can put it
definitely.
put in the S at the end, I think.
Yeah, I'm fine with
What do you
S in the end. Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. But all
Yeah.
right, we can see if anything else stands out to anybody. You mentioned Scrabble. What about Scrabble, Chris?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that one can get like super
Scrabble's
heavy,
absolutely S.
especially if you play with my Aunt Carrie, because she's like some kind of wordsmith, like genius when it comes to word. She will even do like the phonetic spelling of a letter, like and that count that as a word. And I hate that. Like you don't do phonetic spelling
yeah.
of a letter, but you said
Yes.
that's in the dictionary. So if it's in the dictionary, it counts, I guess.
Oh, come on.
So yeah, right.
I'd
So-
say that's definitely in the S tier for sure, because it really takes me off playing with certain people. Or you get that word and you're like, or you don't have any letters at all, you're just kind of stuck. So you try
Yeah.
to make up a BS word and somebody calls you on it.
Right. Yeah.
It's really aggravating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Scrabble's
lot of-
probably broken up more family relationships than any game
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
because so many people.
Because you
have played
realize
it.
like some people are really dumb, and then some people are really smart. So it like separates the smart between the.
Right. But
Oh dear.
but one thing about
Mark's
fostering-
like, I know mechanical technical terms that you don't know. Meow.
Yeah.
Well, like one thing when it comes to fostering good relationships, actually, my Aunt Carrie and her husband, when they got married, they did an entire Scrabble theme actually for their wedding. So they had cute little love phrases at every table, and they had like some of the like invitations had little Scrabble letters and different things. So I mean that. So in that way, it actually brought those to
Well, I'm glad I brought those two together. It really doesn't bring anybody together right now.
yeah. And besides that, That's like the only time I've ever heard of that. But they actually would like go to like different tournaments.
That's awesome.
And like play
Very
Scrabble
cool.
and stuff. Yeah, but overall, I'd still say that it's pretty like I don't know, like
It's
it makes you
solidly
pretty
an S.
angry. Like I don't know. Like it's tough. I don't know if I'd put it above like.
I would
some of
put it
these.
above Monopoly, actually, for me.
Oh,
For sure.
Monopoly, it brings out that class struggle in me. And,
You're like, I'm a peasant.
Yeah.
Clearly a peasant. You, sir, are rich. You're scum of the earth.
whereas Scrabble does not bring class warfare into the game.
It's like I never
That's
had
what
to
happens when you're
definitely in my
smart,
life.
Mark.
Monopoly.
Mark, that's what happens when you're smart, okay?
And also too, like that's a good point that like Trent made about the longer games. Is like you have a lot more like
You have so much more to
like
say.
time and you have so much more like time and energy invested into it. Whereas
Right.
where like some Scrabble games, if you move fast enough, can actually go pretty quick. Where it's like, all right, we got to play one more time or something, you know. So I mean, I would have maybe put it just above King of. Well, actually, no, I put it right above Ticket to Ride. I think. I think that's a fair spot. What do you guys?
I'm okay with it right there.
Yeah, I haven't played Scrabble a ton. I've played Speed Scrabble probably more, but so yeah, I don't know, maybe as well.
What's Speed Scrabble?
It's kind of like Bananagram. You played that?
Oh yeah, I played.
Yeah, like the same thing, I think, pretty much.
Yeah, I should have added Bananagram. That would have taken the place of Speed Scrabble. But yeah, it's basically like that. Yeah. And then let's see. Maybe I'll pick one at the very bottom. What about categories? So one of the funny things is so actually the version of categories that I own came from my Aunt Carrie actually because she hated that game so much because like it would like make her angry because it's like you like roll a certain letter, you have to come up with all these words, and then people would just start like throwing it in like ridiculous words that like didn't have anything to do with the category, but it starts with the letter. It's like things found it in the kitchen. Well, it's P, so like people in the kitchen or something.
Yes,
that's like off the wall. So like people would like start getting in arguments over it, you know.
Yeah, I think categories is definitely an A for me.
I'd say A too. Yeah, I'd probably put it at the top.
I'd probably put it at the top. Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I feel like for me, it's kind of more of a fun game, like regardless if you win or not, because like you get to express your creativity each round, and so I feel like there's less at stake if I win or lose as categories than like catchphrase. Catchphrase, I feel like there's a lot building up because there's teams depending on you, and
you got that like ticking away sound.
So I don't. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Is I maybe don't care as much if I win at categories, perhaps as if I win at categories.
True. Well, that's like I always hate playing Pictionary with people because I suck at drawing, and everyone's just like, "What is that thing?" It's like, yeah,
I can draw it. I just can't draw fast. That's my problem.
Right.
when you're under pressure.
Yeah, you got a good point, Trent. I'd probably, gosh, with that kind of like thinking, I might even move catchphrase up a bit.
Yeah, we can move it to A.
Yeah. For me, I'd move it to A, but I still think categories just gets people a little more.
I agree. So,
like arguing.
So I'm fine putting it behind categories now.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot for it. That's probably solid. Let's see. So
they should make a game where like you bring politics into it.
Oh, so they actually have one here.
If you like, you have to have like people like are automatically given like assigned a political party, and then they have to argue for that party. Oh, that would get people so mad.
They have one on here,
and you have to.
Oh, there you go. You can put that on S.
You have to choose. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. You have to believe those arguments and argue it to your best. Yeah.
Right. That's like it's like being on debate team or something. You have to like just have a good argument.
Absolutely.
But have you guys?
I've never played election night.
Yeah, I've never played it.
Yeah, like it. It's pretty fun. It's like pretty much you have to pick a political party, and then they give you different scenarios, and you have to like stay on that side of the political party, and then you can see like what people like. They either will go super hard for one, like either the like Democratic or Republican side, or there's some people that are like stay moderate, and those people in the game they don't really do as well. It's more like
Because they didn't commit.
Yeah, like it's better if you commit to one side or not, and so it kind of gets people kind of arguing a little bit. I don't know if it's quite on the level as some of these. I mean, I've only played it one time, so I mean, I have a little
So
experience.
maybe in B tier.
So like probably B, yeah. I think that's a solid, maybe just under Una, I'd say.
Okay.
I think.
I'll have to play that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many games that are like probably I played like 80% of these games, but there's a lot that I want to try out. But
So Charades is one of those games that I don't like.
Oh yeah. So what do you see?
Charades.
Oh,
right down next to Cranium.
Mouse goes crazy. Yeah, see it here. Yeah, charades is like you got to know how to act. You got to know how to do it quick, and you got to know how to act like these obscure words that like sometimes it's like almost impossible.
Yeah.
You know. But
then you got your partner who's like, seriously, bro, you couldn't act that out. What's wrong with you? You're like,
hard boiling a goose egg. You're like,
yeah.
what?
It's like what?
Oh dear.
It's a movie. It's Shawshank Redemption. Okay, what do I do?
Right. Well, what takes me off is I'm really bad. You guys know this. Blame me. I'm really, really bad about like calling out what it is or calling out a blunt clue. And I'm just like, seriously, this is stupid. I'm done. Like I'm horrible at that.
Probably I put charades. I don't know if it's like crazy, like intense.
It's yeah.
I don't know. Like it's hard. I mean, I could put it on B, but maybe at the top of B. What do you think?
But I feel like there's a lot at stake there because like the other teams you're playing against are counting on you losing and getting those points. So if you aren't good at imitating or manning this word out, all of a sudden you're not a good actor. Right.
Yep.
People usually give you some leeway though. They kind of understand when they're a hard thing to do and when they're not.
Yeah, just they'll be like, well, like how would I act that out? That was impossible. Yeah. But I think that's a good spot. B, what do you think?
One thing I'd maybe add is like if I'm comparing charades and apples to apples, for example, I feel like apples to apples is a game where generally like there's like people are laughing and having a good time and it's not like you are invested in like getting your team to first place.
Yes.
So you're not as worried about that. It's more just like having a party, having a good time. Whereas charades, it's still kind of a party, and there's some humor, but maybe not as much as like apples to apples. And you're kind of what's at stake is like your team.
Yes.
Looking to bring them to the top, and so
yes,
that aspect I feel like
you want to let your whole team.
Yeah, absolutely.
For me, apples to apples gets me upset, but that's my own reaction.
Fair.
You could probably go.
I hate playing charades because like everyone's like, "Hey, let's do this." I'm like, I know I suck at this game.
Yeah,
but I hardly ever play charades, so I don't have a ton of thoughts.
Okay, so let's leave it at the top of B.
Well, what do you want to move it above apples to apples or Cards Against Humanity? What do you think? Because I was kind of thinking about it.
Put it at the top of A, and then catchphrase beneath that.
For me, I'd probably wouldn't put it above Scattergories. I think Scattergories gets people a little more.
Yeah, you're right. It's
so like maybe
the wonky words. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. Let's see. So here, I don't know if you ever, Trent, if you ever went over to our uncle Mark's house when we played Scotland Yard. Were you with us when we played that? Where it's like you have to take different different like trams and well, no, like different subways and like bikes and vehicles to get to certain locations, but you're also trying to block each other off. So the goal is to get to certain places before the other people do, and also block them off in the process.
Dude,
You
that
ever play
sounds
one of those?
incredibly competitive. No.
Yeah, that game's like it's like sort of like Ticket to Ride, but it's like you're all going for the same destination. So it's like everybody knows, but then the destination changes. So you'll be going to one destination, and then based on a certain card somebody draws, the destination changes. So all of a sudden, you were the
Also,
closest
you gotta
to
get to that one.
to
Yeah.
reaching it, and now you're the furthest from reaching it. And you're like, oh shoot, like I got to change up my whole entire strategy.
I would
you know?
hate that.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that game gets pretty intense. I've probably played it twice before, but like I put it pretty high. Like I almost put it even ahead of Ticket to Ride because your destination's changing. There's like a lot more
Right.
like
With that
like,
one, you have your own destination to get to. With
Yeah,
Ticket to Ride. With that one, you're all going for the same thing. I would definitely be okay with putting it above it.
yeah, you're all going for the same
Because I
thing,
know
and also
that
the
would dig
destination
out the
changes.
competitor in me.
Yeah, so that's like a monkey wrench in the works, you know, because it's like well, it's about to win, and the destination literally changed to the other side of the board. Shoot, and like, what do I do now? And then you're like ticked off or something, you know. So
Well,
probably I wouldn't.
So
I
you
wouldn't
have
put it in
cards you can
Scrabble.
block people with?
Yeah, so you have cards where you can build a certain amount of road. Oh, and the other thing is too. So like you don't really put down like any like trains or like roads per se, but like once you've traveled over a certain route, nobody can take that route for the rest of the game. That's another thing. So like once
Oh my gosh.
you've gone that route is now blocked off, and there's sometimes like based on like where the like destination moves to that like all the routes going there except for one are completely blocked off, and somebody else already has that route, so they're gonna literally go there on their next turn. So all you can do is just wait and hope you get a card that moves the destination somewhere else, or else you're screwed. You know, so
I've only played that game like once or twice. When I played, like from what I remember when I played it, it seemed like I was on like the group, because it's just like the group against one guy, right?
yes, yeah, oh yeah. So they have I think that there's a couple ways you can play it. You can do the group all against one person. You can do it where it's teams, and I think you can do it every man for themselves too. So there's like different ways you can do it. So
Yeah,
but yeah, like
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think I remember doing the group all against one person. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, I gotta go to dinner, so it's been fun.
All right.
All right, buddy. Hey,
Yeah,
man, thanks for joining in with us.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out for a little bit.
Later,
So
Mark. Have a good
Later.
night.
You're good.
Bye.
Man.
we'll let you know how it turns out.
Loving the relationships.
Yep. That's right.
But yeah, when I played it, I was on a team that was a group, and it actually didn't seem like crazy hard, maybe like when I was on the group. And so like I was like, it almost seemed like simple a little bit to track down the dude and win. And so for that reason, like I didn't feel like, like
There was
maybe,
much at stake.
it didn't feel as intense as like say like Ticket to Ride, for example.
Right.
But I've only played it maybe once or twice, and that's like the style that I played when I played it.
Okay. Well, would you put it ahead of Ticket to Ride, do you think, or maybe not?
Yeah, probably behind it, yeah.
Okay, well, I'd be all right with that. I mean,
You okay with
I
that?
probably
Yeah.
definitely
Sheriff?
put it ahead of the King of Tokyo, I think.
Definitely.
But yeah, so we can go there.
Hey, Jordan, is there a name called Sheriff?
I think there is one, but it's not on this list.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've never played the game Sheriff.
That's probably the closest thing, but oh yeah, Sheriff. Is that a card game?
I don't know.
Okay, because
It is a card game.
yeah, we had this game that we got from Mark from our uncle Mark. It was like a Western kind of game. I don't know if that's the game, Sheriff, that you're thinking of, but
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Huh.
Well,
yeah. Let's see. Let's go with. So this is the game Trent introduced us to recently. Well, at least to
Such
me, was the game Quicks. So this is a dice game that's like kind of like, well, like how would you explain it, Trent? Oh, he he left for a minute. Okay, maybe I'll wait for
him to kind of yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize he was
Yep.
leaving, but then we can go. Like one of the ones I wanted to do was actually the game Risk. So that game really gets people ticked off and
Yes.
annoyed, especially too because you'll be fighting to like get certain countries to like take them over, and then like by the end of it, there's always one person that ends up dominating every time that I played. So it's like there'll be some people that like look like they're making a little leeway and they're kind of getting somewhere, but then one person he just starts dominating. And it's all about conquering those countries over in the corner. So you like start from
Right.
one corner, so then nobody can get on that other side of you, and then you just kind of like sweep through like the whole world.
Oh,
and you just,
absolutely.
like,
Yes.
take over. I remember one time we played with my dad, and he just like totally dominated us. And then we're like, all right, we got to do it one more time. And like Risk it is not a short game. Like that game can
Risk
take
is
hours
such
and
a
hours and
long,
hours.
long game.
Yeah,
Seriously,
yeah.
it's
So
ridiculous.
yeah, so he beat us once, and after a couple hours, we're like, we got to do this one more time. Come on, you got to give us a shot. So we tried it one more time, and again, he just dominated us. And we're like, what the frick? So yeah,
Hey,
Yeah,
look
that's
at this.
It's all true. It's all true.
yeah.
It's Scooter. Stop,
Yeah.
Scooter.
You always beat us at the game of Risk. I feel like there's been a few times where you just dominate the whole board. Yeah,
More than a few times. More than a few.
yeah, more than a few.
So you're a master Risk player then.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So
No.
like I would put Risk pretty high because you're like literally at war with each other, like trying to conquer different countries, and so for that reason, I would put it like maybe even like the top of everything. Like I think that it's
I'd
like
put it
one
at
of
the top of everything. I'm okay with that.
yeah, like I think that it's like pretty like can get you pretty upset sometimes. What
Yikes.
do you think? What do you think, Trent? I mean, the game's about war, so I feel like it's got to rank pretty high on this list.
Yeah, could help foster some good relationships sometime. I think I've only played it like once or twice, and each time I played it may have been like partial. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think
So
I don't
long.
have as good of like just insight there because I don't think I got into it enough to really feel
Oh, I got it.
emotional. So yeah, because my experience it was kind of fun, but maybe in others it was just not fun.
Yeah, for me,
At least some.
so actually I love Risk. So actually I have the Risk. It's like Risk 2049, where it's all set in the future, and you can take over like the moon. You can take over some underground. They have underground countries because it's like kind of after like a nuclear kind of like explosion happened, and so there's a lot of people hiding underground. There's been new countries created, and then some of the old ones still remain. So it's pretty interesting in that way. There's even some countries under the ocean, which is kind of like a new twist to it. But yeah, I'll definitely put it number one though. Yeah, like it's intense. Let's see. Well, speaking about fostering some good relationships, have you ever played Love Letters before?
No,
No.
what?
Yeah, so that game's actually like a really short game. The game only takes about 5 minutes to play the whole thing, and actually kind of forget how you actually even play it because it's been so long. I know that our brother Aaron really likes Love Letters, but do you remember very much about it, Trent?
I don't think I played it.
Yeah, so I mean, I wish I could remember a little bit, but I know that you're I think that essentially if I remember right, I think that you're trying to write love letters to different people. So you have all these cards, and you want to write the love letter to a higher ranked person within this monarchy. So you have like the king, the queen, the jester, then the maid. You have like the butler. You have all these different people, and you want to be able to write your love letter to someone higher up on that. Is what I remember, but I've only played it just a couple times. Really helped to have Aaron here, maybe to explain it a little bit. So for that reason, I never thought that it was too competitive. So I mean,
probably D.
And it is all about love letters. So yeah, I'd probably put it D just for that reason. Like it might foster some good feelings of love between people.
Yes, brotherhood and tenderness.
Yep, exactly. So what about Codenames?
So I don't think I ever played Codenames.
Oh, you never played Codenames? That's one of our family's favorite. It's a little kind of like more so. I think like intense for the person in the hot seat that has to try and give out the clues, because so essentially you have all these tiles on the board, and then you have two people in the hot seat, and then everyone else is just split up into two different teams. So the people in the hot seat, one person represents one team, one represents the other team. They have this secret card that only they can see, and then there's a little grid that like shows which cards they have to try to get everyone to guess on like a 5 by 6 grid, and so you have all these cards, and so you have to give out clues. You can only give a 1-word clue, but you have to try and relate as many of those cards to that 1-word clue to try and get your team to try to guess what they are. So I kind of feel like for the team members, it's not really too intense, but for the person given the clues, it can get a little more intense, because it's kind of pretty tough to think of good clues, and then sometimes your team's like
sounds kind of like charades to a degree, and its difficulty.
Kind of. Like sort of like Taboo almost.
Taboo, yes.
Yeah, like sort of like that, but you have all these different words, and you want to be able to guess these words. Because the thing is, you don't want to guess the other team's words, because if you guess the other team's words, that gives them points. And
they get points. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's one card on the grid you don't want to guess, because if you guess that word, then you automatically lose the game. But only the people in the hot seat know what it is, and so they have to be able to give these clues without giving away the other team's word, and then also without giving away what the automatic lose word is. So
yeah, it's a fun game. It's a good game. Helps foster some good relationships, I'd say. And but yeah,
I would say I would put it maybe in the C tier as far as how competitive that it gets. I mean, it's not super competitive, but what do you think?
I mean, I'd say if it's a game where I care, where there's like a lot at stake and it's kind of like emotional, I'd like definitely put it above Apples to Apples at least. Few reasons for that is like when you're in so you got two people, so there are two teams. Got two people or a person leading each team, and those two people are like, by the rules, you can only say like one word that kind of connects a few of the cards together. So your teammates have to guess like, okay, what word, like what cards is he trying to connect together through this word that he's saying? And you're only really allowed to say that one thing and then the number of cards. And so that's one big element of the game, is like there's a high tendency to cheat and like give things away and say more than you should and give facial expressions and stuff. And then people might be like, oh, like shouldn't have said that, or like shouldn't have done that. Like
not supposed to do any of that.
He's looking at Jordan with that weird way.
Yeah.
You gotta say one word with a straight face. Yeah, you can't give it any other hints.
Yeah, so I think for that reason, and it's like Avery may have some.
Hey, Avery.
Yeah, and it can get kind of down to the wire with like needing to like connect like enough cards to be able to win, sort of a thing. Yeah, it can get pretty competitive and intense. So for me, I'd say like, and that if you're measuring it by that, I'd say definitely above apples to apples for me. That's my experience, I'd say.
And I'm pretty fine with putting it above that because like honestly, I only put these ones kind of high because Mark thought they were high because he's not really like big on party games, I don't think. but
I like those games and I like party games, but yeah. So just like him though, sometimes I get kind of frustrated when you feel like someone's not picking your card you put down.
Yeah,
and there's a lot of there's a lot on the line for that.
For me, I like it because everybody picks my cards. Play that game. They usually happen.
So okay, yeah, let's put code
names
right there. Yep.
What do you think? You think that's a solid spot?
I think that'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, at least.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you guys have any ones that stand out? I see a couple.
Taco versus burrito. I've never played.
I've never played it either. So.
All right. Nope. So just put
Where
it up
is it?
Maybe. It's that black
right
one.
into Operation.
Yeah, that one's kind of like I know there's something where you're like trying to guess two different like I don't know like two different things on an opposite spectrum. And there's also they have a version of the game where we actually they're trying to like guess words, but then you also are doing like a dodgeball, and they come with these like foam tacos and burritos, and you throw them at the other team and trying to hit them, I guess, which is kind of interesting. But I've never played it, so I just seen the box. So.
Jumanji, I've never played that game.
I never played it either. I just kind of put it for fun because of the movie. But
Right.
I mean, the movie's super intense, but
so I haven't played then.
Your life is literally on the line in the movie, but I never played the real one. Have you, Trent?
Okay.
No, I haven't played it.
Yeah.
All right.
We could do Monopoly Deal.
Yeah, Monopoly Deal. Yeah, so that one's fun.
I haven't played Monopoly Deal.
Oh
Yeah, so
Monopoly Deal.
Cade may have some thoughts
Yeah.
on Monopoly Deal.
What's up, Cade?
Hey, not much, Chris.
hey,
Go, Jordan.
come on.
And Avery may have some thoughts on Monopoly Deal.
Don't forget Pandemic either.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So I've never played Pandemic.
my dad hates Pandemic. I didn't even add it because
I know.
Why
So you're
didn't I add
saying
it
it's your
because-
favorite game in the whole wide world?
You should be in Supreme.
Hmm.
So we need to
Pandemic-
get your dad like a T-shirt for Pandemic. It's his favorite game.
Well, Pandemic, the very first time I tried to play it, and nobody had ever played it before, and we literally had no clue. So we're sitting there trying to read all these, like all the rules, and trying to figure it out, and no one can make heads or tails. Like what was going on and what we were supposed to do. But eventually, I figured out how to play it, and the game's actually is pretty fun. But it's
That's how I feel
a
about
game.
like the game Munchkin. So
Yeah.
I played that game with some friends, and those rules are so convoluted and so confusing.
Yeah,
But I do
There's
remember it
too
being
much
a lot of fun
space.
when we finally kind of figured it out. Someone knew how to play amazingly.
What you got?
yeah, because with Pandemic, you're working as a team to beat this virus. So it's a cooperative game where literally everyone is just working together to beat the virus of the game. So yeah, that's good. So I didn't add it, but Monopoly Deal though.
Monopoly
I think
Deal,
Monopoly
okay.
Deal gets like very competitive because it's a lot like Monopoly where you're like trying to collect all these different properties and things, but also you're like trying to make trades, I think, and like trying to collect money for things. I haven't played it for a pretty long time, maybe like a year or something. But what do you think, Trent?
Do we
Yeah.
want to throw it in front of Uno? Is it more aggravating than Uno?
I would
Oh, yeah.
say so. One of the reasons why is because in Monopoly Deal, it's been a while since I played it too, but from what I remember, you can you're building up monopolies, but you have like the ability to steal like entire monopoly.
Oh.
And with the factor of with that
Oh.
element
Oh yeah,
of steal, I think that kind of can,
Okay, yeah, that would
can
definitely make it
compete.
frustrating for me.
yeah, you can steal people's property. I
do you have
forgot about that.
thoughts on that.
Yeah,
Yes,
I feel like it is
thoughts on the
competitive. You know, I see like things could be hurt in that game, so I'd rank it
Oh, yeah.
somewhat.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
because you can drop. You
They
can
probably
drop
rank it
different
pretty
penalties.
high.
Yeah.
Avery, do you have some
Yeah,
thoughts?
so
Okay.
That's awesome.
Milo, do you have some thoughts?
That's on the Monopoly deal, but probably yeah. Like there's a
Put it
lot
in
of
front of
like
Uno
intense
then.
kind of strategy. Like I'd maybe even put it. I don't know, maybe above Ligretto. Like I think, all right.
Okay, put it there.
Or even above like Scotland Yard, maybe. But what do you think?
Yeah, Dad said he'd put above Ligretto. You can't really go like after a person or something.
Yeah.
In Ligretto.
Okay.
So
why probably put it here? I put it.
Perhaps. I'd say I'd say around code names and up to maybe where it is right now. So that's probably fine for now.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the ones that like gets me like pretty frustrated. The game Mad Gab. I actually hate this game. So because you're just like literally trying to like string together like a bunch of gibberish words to try to get people to understand what you're actually saying. People say it over and over again to like say the word over and over and over. They repeat it and like people aren't getting it and they have to keep saying it until they get it, and they're just saying gibberish words, and it just gets annoying and frustrating to me. And just for how annoying it is, that's why I would probably rank it high. But what do you guys think?
All right.
Ooh, well, you guys, you guys have the burrito game where you throw burritos at each other. That's cool.
Yeah. What's that game called, Avery?
Throw burrito.
Throw burrito? Is that it?
Throw, but like burrito.
Throw.
Okay, that's funny.
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
Throw the burrito.
so then do we want Mad Gab? I think that's a good spot for it then, sounds like.
Mad Gab. Yeah, I've played it. Well, actually, I've maybe played a little bit, but I think when I've done it, I've just kind of read the cards for fun with friends and see if they can understand what like we're saying. I don't know if I've ever played it for like points though, like an actual game. So that was fun actually when I did it. So based on that, I think where it is actually a little high, but you probably played it, Jordan, for points, and maybe it's more intense when you got more
When you
stuff.
got points online.
I'm trying to find an example. Oh, so like, okay, so there's one here. And him pull spy. And him pull spy. You know what I'm saying? And him pull spy. You know,
That's just I get annoyed really quick.
And him pull spy, which means you're saying you're trying to say an impulse spy, but you got to keep repeating that over and over, and until someone gets it correct. And you're like, okay, that's annoying. I can't really sit here and listen to that.
Plugging my phone. I'm plugging my laptop in. It's getting ready to die.
Okay, sounds good. But yeah, so for the annoying factor, I'd rank it higher. Like I'd rank it probably like probably just below catchphrase for me.
Okay,
That's right.
put it right there.
What do you think, Trent? Is that does that work?
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right, you guys got any?
So Jenga. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah,
the game is so annoying.
Yeah, Jenga can get.
I hate that game so much.
Just because it's like
because there's always that one person that grabs like that one piece, and you're just like, well, great. There's nothing else I can do now without absolutely losing.
But one of the things that I do like playing. Have you ever played life-size Jenga with like actual pieces of wood, where it's like as tall as you are?
No, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's actually way more fun than just playing regular Jenga. But there's different versions of Jenga you can play. There's like a trivia one where you have to answer a
the truth or dare one. Yeah.
Question. Yeah, the truth or dare one. Yep, there's that too. But for me, I feel like it. For me, it just more so like makes me kind of nervous. It doesn't really make me really angry. It just kind of makes me like, oh my gosh.
Oh, it definitely makes me angry. It's like one of those things where it's like you're doing really, really well, and then there's that one person that's just like they just got to be kind of ridiculous and go for that one piece. You're just like, really?
Yeah. Help process some good relationships. One nice thing about it is I've played this game, I think, on a date at least before. And one nice thing about it is if you're playing with like a friend, you can kind of talk as you're moving the pieces. So even if you don't, if you aren't successful in like the placement of your pieces, you can at least like have a conversation while you're playing. So that's nice. And that probably would make it lower because of that. But so yeah, I don't know if it's ever like made me feel way intense, like as much as like catchphrase or something. But that's where I am on it, I think.
I'd put it above Cards Against Humanity for me.
Yeah, we could do that. I think that's pretty solid, I would say.
But not above Codenames.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to even put it above Codenames. Yeah, so I put it there. Yep. But yeah, I had to text my other guys. I was maybe going to be on another YouTube show tonight, but I don't know if. Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with that if you want to do a part 2 or kind of.
I got time. So yeah, let me get. Oh, look who we got here.
Oh,
what's up? The king of games.
How's it going?
Yep, that's right. So have you guys already discussed Settlers?
Yes,
we
did,
sir. Number 3.
And of course, you came up in there, and you're wheeling and dealing, and you're crushing souls.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
You're the Settlers of Catan Soul Crusher, I think.
Yeah. That's right.
Do you have a professional tanning bed at home, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is where we're at now. So this is the S tier. We're only going to level 20.
Yeah.
We're going to allow 10 in every other one. So it's like basically we're ranking it on like how angry the games make you, how frustrated. This is the best board games to ruin a friendship. So it's like basically based on that, but you'll factor in like how much you like the game too. So like it's a small factor. But you guys see any games you wanna talk about? This is what's left. Right here.
Blockus.
Blockus is.
Oh, yeah, I got some Blockus here.
Too.
I've never played Blockus, so I couldn't really comment.
Yeah, that game's fun, but how like frustrating do you think it is? Can it get pretty frustrating, or? Okay, I don't remember getting too.
Can it make you want to flip the table? Basically, is the point of this?
Yep.
It might not be that type of game.
Yeah, like I wouldn't put it too high actually. Yeah. I'd put it in like.
Then yeah, you might be flipping some tables.
Well, for me, I actually want to maybe put it in D. Honestly, I think this is like the most lighthearted. Well, besides Apples to Apples, which I think is kind of ranked high, a little too high, but that's because Mark was here. But I think I'd probably put it in D. What do you think?
Probably be above Bingo, at least for me, as far as putting the line to stake in the game.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
Bingo, I feel like there's a lot more stake.
Well, if you're betting actual money, then yes.
Absolutely, that's I played Bingo for money, so yeah, it matters.
I mean, that's a good spot. But so I was gonna ask Aaron while he's here. I haven't played Love Letters for.
He just kind of.
Here I am.
Hey, so.
I've played Love Letters for a long time. Do you think Love Letters gets very intense?
I've got a baby.
I played that game for maybe like 2 years or something.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay. We'll hold off on that one for now. We'll let Avery sit.
It's okay. I'm still here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. What about Spot It? Have you guys ever played Spot It before? That game's fun.
No.
Yeah, I can turn whatever off if you want.
Yeah, that game gets like super intense. It's literally.
We can do this.
So you have cards. You have to try to find matches on a card. So you have this stack of cards in front of you, and you all sit in a circle around these cards, and then the first one to find a match, you just call it out. You say like, it's like purple hand or like giant eyeball, and then you gotta slap it, and then you get that card, and the goal is to see who can collect the most cards. So, I mean, I think that it can get pretty intense. Like I'd maybe even put it in S. Maybe, I don't know.
Ooh.
What do you think? Like how intense and
So I haven't ever played it, but based on that, it doesn't really seem very like that there's much at stake. It seems like a version of Go Fish for me.
Well, it's a super fast game, but it's like a little more. It's sort of like Slapjack. Have you ever played Slapjack? It's sort of like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So,
Slapjack is obnoxious.
Yeah, that can get a little obnoxious, but like I don't know, like probably A. I think I'd put it.
Okay.
It's a pretty quick game. It's only a couple minutes long, so like each round. So I mean, but I mean, even so, I would probably put it like at the top of A.
Okay.
I think probably can help foster some good relationships. I probably wouldn't put it. I think for me, I feel like generally there's more at stake in catchphrase. So I have a whole team. They need to help. The clock's ticking. Whereas Spot It kind of feels like more childlike fun.
That's what I was just commenting on. I was like,
it's a little more childlike type of fun, yeah.
Those are put down behind Bingo then.
Urgency
for sure, I think. So yeah, that's probably
well, I wouldn't put it that low, just because like it does get like pretty intense, and like you want to beat everybody, so you're like watching everybody, making sure no one's gonna go before you, and you're sitting in a circle kind of thing. But for me, I'd probably put it there. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys see any other games that stand out? I'll let you.
Chess is one of those annoying games.
Oh yeah, so chess here. So I think that one can get pretty intense.
Skyjo on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But so I think chess gets like super intense. I mean, they have whole entire like tournaments where like people are playing for big money, and like I don't know, like it's a big deal to people that have the higher IQ, I think.
Look,
but
dad named me.
What do you guys think?
Yeah. So
I think chess.
So I've done. I think I've been frustrated because I've never been very good at chess. So like, there's always people who play with who are like really, really good at chess, and they just end up beating you every single time.
Yeah, I'm kind of saying I've never really won at chess, maybe. So I just kind of sort of
avoid it.
It's over.
I don't think I've ever actually played a game of chess in my life.
Oh yeah?
I don't know why.
Never have, huh?
Oh really? Damn, I'll have to show you sometime.
He's clearly too cool for chess.
I guess so.
I just go around flipping boards over, just left and right. I just keep flipping them. Right? I hate this game. No.
Yeah, I'd say below. I mean, I can understand for some people it's up there, so I don't necessarily deny it could be that level. For me personally, I'd say it's probably below Codenames as far as like what I feel like it's at stake. That's just my experience, I think.
Let's put it on S tier behind the ghetto.
Yeah, because for me, like,
for
me, it's like one of those games where if you can win it, it makes you feel really smart, and if you don't win and you don't do good,
well, that's like everyone that's like, oh, I want to play checkers. I hate checkers because I suck at checkers.
Really?
Yeah.
We have checkers here.
Oh my gosh, no.
I wouldn't even put.
How about chess for me?
Chess, like I would put checkers a lot lower. It seems like some even kids can play. I feel like, but I don't know. Like I maybe put it in like. B.
I put it at the top of B.
Yeah, I think that's solid. Put it in B.
Perhaps, yeah. I don't know if I've ever played like a legit game of checkers, but that could be all right.
I used to play checkers all the time. Yeah. But all right. What else is here? Like I was thinking Trouble. That one's pretty like intense, or like
nobody knows. Like,
or like Yahtzee, or even Twister, even poker. That's poker there. So
Poker's a lot of fun and really intense, especially like if you're going with like a Texas Hold'em.
Yeah.
Sky Joe's on there.
And Quicks.
Yeah.
Quicks is really good. I love Quicks.
Ooh, quick.
Yeah, that,
I would put that on some.
that one up here too. So here we'll do quicks really quick, and then we can do a poker.
Put on Supreme.
So like quicks is a fun game, but like I don't know like how intense it really gets. I mean, it might get a little intense. I could put it in like.
So I can't comment because I've never played the game.
Oh, it's good. It's really good.
But is it? I mean, is it one of those games like? So the whole point of this is kind of, I mean, obviously tongue in cheek to a degree, but those games that kind of get you fired up.
Yeah. So
I mean, obviously, when a big game is fun.
It's kind of a good combination of luck and strategy. So it's hard to get really fired up in it because there's strategy to it, but I wouldn't say it's all strategy.
But not like a Settlers Catan, for instance. Obviously,
Right, exactly.
You're trading pieces. You're being selective who you're aligned with. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I feel like there is as much at stake in Quicks as there is like for me in Codenames. Like Codenames, it's like
Okay.
line.
Okay.
And I need to like help my team, but Quicks is kind of like more fun because you're playing like every turn.
Okay.
basically.
Well, let's go and put it at the top of.
Yeah. So for me, I'd even put it maybe I don't know, like somewhere in C tier, like maybe like.
So level the point. So this is level of like rareness to level of just like, okay, this is just a fun game we play with friends. So it sounds like it's a fun game to play with friends, and it's probably even more fun than Love Letters. But I can't play. I can't comment on Love Letters.
What do you think?
So you have like both tiers. Sorry.
Well, so I was just gonna ask Aaron. So I haven't played Love Letters for maybe like a year or two. Like, what do you think about Love Letters? Like, does that get very intense? Because it's a quick game, I know, but I can't remember much about it.
Yeah, Love Letters I think can get a little intense. It's been a while since I've played Love Letters, but it can get a little probably more intense than Quicks, I would say for sure.
Yeah, like I maybe want to even put it right below Uno or something, because like Uno can get kind of intense, but not super.
Oh, definitely very intense.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if I saw Sheriff on there. I don't think so. But Sheriff is one of those games that's kind of like it's kind of almost like a Settlers of Catan game where it can get pretty intense, which is really good.
Yeah, Sheriff isn't on here. I've never played that game. They mentioned it earlier.
I never played it either, so I didn't really think about it. But I'll have to try it out sometime. It actually sounds pretty fun. Let's see.
Texas Hold'em.
Oh yeah, so we got the
my gosh, yes.
poker. So yeah, I think
So
poker.
I love Texas Hold'em, but it's also very, very frustrating to me.
Yeah, like for me too, because like
the game, it's fun to play.
I would have to say it's on S tier for me.
Yeah, and there's some people who like really know how to.
I can't remember, but it is pretty intense. I would say A or S. Yeah.
And it's got to be. I mean, it's got to be in front of like because there's more on the line. So probably in front of Monopoly Deal.
Just says you got some Updog on your shirt.
Probably so.
Angry, you got Updog on your shirt.
But yeah,
there's so much in the line, and all it takes is you like maybe you get sucked in by somebody's bluffing or something like that, and then you're done. You're gonzo.
Yeah, me and Shannon actually we used to go to a weekly poker night. So and like they would actually compete for some legit prizes. They had like kind of trip to what's it called? What's that like town that's like right in the border
like the
of Nevada from Idaho? Jackpot. So like the grand prize.
Yeah.
The trip to Jackpot, and then you get to be entered into like some big poker tournament there where there's like huge money and stuff. So that was kind of cool. But like Shannon's actually really good at poker. She usually beats me. She knows how to read people like really well. So, but like probably I would put it there. I think that's
I'm okay with it there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Think so? Okay.
I don't see it.
All right. So what else we got here? What do you guys think?
So how about Clue? Clue's fun, but I don't know about.
Clue.
mean, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, I like guillotine. Is that what that is? Guillotine?
Yeah, there's guillotine on here. We'll have to do that one next.
I like guillotine.
But Clue, though, like for me, like for some reason, like it always frustrates me, but like how quick some people are able to just
yes,
how like who the killer is, what room, what weapon. It's like I'm still about like 5 turns away from to figure it out. Like, they already have it down. I'm
yes.
like, what are you doing that I'm not?
How did you magically choose this? Yes.
Yeah. But like they're able to determine that, so like that always kind of frustrates me. Like I would put.
Because I'm not good at logic puzzles at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like.
It would have to be at the top of B.
Probably like in A somewhere. Like I would even put it at the top of A. I think. I mean,
I'm okay with putting it at the top of A.
What do you guys think about Clue?
Yeah, Clue. I would say maybe. I would say maybe behind Codenames.
Yeah, I'd maybe agree with that. It's intense, but it's kind of fun because there's cool like cultural elements of the game, and so I'm not as concerned maybe about winning as I am about having fun. But Codenames is kind of like I feel like there's more at stake just to win.
Mm-hmm. So you guys mentioned Guillotine. I've never played that game. What is
Guillotine.
it like? Is it
It's fun? Let's see, where's Guillotine at? I know it's on here. Where am I not seeing it?
The second row from the bottom, over on the right-hand side, third from the right.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Guillotine is like you're like trying to like kill certain people with cards, and you want to kill the higher ranked person. So you get more points. If you kill like a king or a queen versus killing like some kind of gesture, or there's even one called the piss boy that like it's like low on the deck. He's the guy that empties the latrines or whatever. But looking at a little intense in it. To do with like people's heads off in a metaphorical sense. That's what it is. But it's not really. It's just a card game. But
are you competing against one another? I mean, can you stop one another? Can you?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do to kind of like throw a wrench in other people's cards that they're trying to build. What do you guys think? Aaron or Trent, do you have a?
I would say Guillotine is. I would probably put it before Spot It, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah,
like it's more fun, more interesting, and maybe even more intense than Spot It could be.
Yeah.
Spot It can be intense though. It's one of those fast games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only played it once or twice, maybe. Not sure. KD, you played it?
Guillotine. I feel like it can be competitive, but not so much. I mean, I feel like there's like a little bit of teamwork because you're kind of united in not wanting certain cards to end up in certain spots.
So it can help foster good relationships, perhaps.
A little bit.
All right. Dad, do you have any thoughts on Guillotine? Have you played it?
I have played it, but there's also cards that you can lay down that damage other people, chance of winning. So in that respect, it can be competitive too.
Avery, any thoughts?
My dad's looking pretty comfy there.
I don't know what competitive means.
All right, that's maybe good.
Hey, Avery, I don't know if you know this, but you got a little up dog on your shirt. It's kind of on your shoulder.
No, I don't. Stop it.
All right. I think that's a good spot for it. I'm gonna leave it there. So we can just try and get through a few more of these. But
there's also like a dog on Trent's shirt too.
So I'm gonna go through some of the ones that I haven't ever played, and like maybe you guys have. I never played Carcassones. Have you guys ever?
Carcassonne.
Never played that.
Yeah, Carcassonne.
I have played that. We have that game. I can't remember how to play it, but it's almost like in the same class as Settlers, from what I remember.
Yeah,
like, it's fun, but I can't remember. It's been maybe 5 years since we played it, so I feel like it could have been a little more confusing than Settlers, or it takes time to learn. I really can't remember, but I remember it being fun and pretty intense too.
Do we
You remember that
so-
you have you have different tiles and you're like essentially building like a board as you go, but I've never played it, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Can't remember.
So just for that pure and simple reason that obviously, I mean, you said, obviously you played it before, you haven't played it in a long time. But for that pure and simple reason, do we want to put it down and have him played since basically it's been like 6 years?
Yeah, I'd probably put it
5
there.
years.
Well, since it's been so long.
What do you think?
Ooh, yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and the other one that I'm gonna say, I never played Seven Wonders. Anyone ever played Seven Wonders?
No.
Never.
I think I have actually.
Yeah, I played it.
I'll be right back.
Yahtzee is just fun. I've never ever felt like annoyed with that game.
Seven Wonders. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, I think Mark showed us. Like, familiar, Dad? Mark, Seven Wonders. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good game. It's so fast and kind of complicated that my emotions were more caught up in just bearing with the complications than caring if I won or not. So
yeah,
it's probably like maybe top of B at the highest, but even maybe like at the bottom of B. Probably fine either way.
For now, we could probably just put it at the bottom of B since most of us haven't played it, so we'll put it there.
Okay. So Yahtzee.
Yeah, we can do that.
How does everybody feel about Yahtzee?
I feel like it's a little intense, but not real intense. Like, I put it on like.
It's really intense. I mean, it's kind of a fun game, but I certainly, I mean, I would probably put it at the bottom of C level of like fun for me. It's not a game that I'm gonna pick out and be like, oh my gosh.
Look, right behind Zilch, I think that's a fair spot. What do you think, Trent?
That could work. Yeah, I think I've played it, but if I have, it's been a while. I don't. And for me, maybe it wasn't as intense as Zilch, at least.
Yeah, me and Shannon.
So do you want to move it down to D? I'm fine putting it on D. It's an okay game, but it's not very much like Flip the Tables. It's just a
I mean, for me, it might be above Bingo, but yeah, maybe like between Bingo and Quicks, something like that.
It's kind of on the same line as
I wouldn't put it above Zilch either. So I think either leave it there or put Zilch and Yahtzee above Bingo. That's it.
I think so. Yeah, because like if you're just thinking about playing bingo at like home with some people, that's kind of what I was like thinking more of. Then I'd probably do it that way. But let's see. So there's a few other games I never played. Never played The Betrayal of House on Haunted Hill.
Never played that.
Never. But that was on a popular list.
I played Mastermind. It's a lot of fun. I don't really remember it being like frustrating though.
I never played Mastermind, so like I don't really
played
know.
it. It's a lot of fun.
I've played the House on Haunted Hill once. I've played it part of the game. Yeah, I didn't finish it though.
Do you remember if it was very intense or anything, or do you remember much about it?
I mean, I think the reason it was kind of intense for me is because it kind of has like elements, I think, of like someone becomes like a bad guy and they're sort of like against others, and it's kind of spooky and almost like horrific a little bit. So for those reasons, I think it's maybe did less to promote good relationships for me.
Okay.
So it might be up in like I don't know, maybe like right in front of Seven Wonders.
Let's see. Right in front of the Seven Wonders.
Seven Wonders. Right down there. Right in B.
Oh yeah, okay.
In front of Seven Wonders.
You're right with that, yeah.
Okay.
So what about Mastermind? I've never played it.
I love Mastermind.
Yeah,
it's not very intense. It's just kind of a fun game.
Okay, so like, would you want to put it in D or do you want to put it up a little higher?
I mean, so okay, so this is kind of what I'm thinking, and this is kind of what so we're going from level of S being like the most aggravating game, makes you want to throw the table, to like down to D where it's kind of like it's a fun game. You know what? Not really aggravating, not really frustrating. We're just having fun together, and we're just kind of building relationships.
Yeah.
You know. So.
You see that?
Mhm.
My goodness.
So yeah.
Is that right?
Do you think that's a good spot for it? Or do you want to move it up?
Uh-oh.
So with that in mind, I think that Millsborn should go up because it definitely. I mean, you're encouraged to destroy your competition. No, so Mastermind is down. I'm fine with that. Move Mastermind down to D. Millsborn needs to go up in front of Checkers.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
And then I think Uno needs to move up in front of Checkers.
You think so, huh?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I could do that. I mean, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
But,
all right. Awesome.
but a couple of their games I never played. Like I never played Azul. Has anyone ever played Azul?
I've never played that.
No.
Okay. What about Dixit? Anyone ever played
No.
Dixit?
That sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've played it.
Yeah. Has anyone ever played Japer? This one? I've never played that.
No.
Has anyone ever played Small World?
Small World?
Yeah.
No.
I never played it, but it looks really fun. That's one of those games I actually bought the game for Shannon's son because there's a game show. Well, not a show, but it's a YouTube show that's hosted by Will Wheaton from Star Trek. Who played it. Wesley Crusher. He has a game called Tabletop, and that was the first game that they ever played on there. It's pretty similar to like Risk, I think, is what it's like, but it's set in like ancient times, and with some trolls and like ogres and stuff like that. But we met Will Wheaton at a Comic-Con, and we had him sign it. It was the first thing they did, and we gave it to Shannon's son, so he really liked that. He's a huge tabletop fan. So.
It does.
But
Like that.
hang on, where'd the game go? Disappear? Did you see that?
Yeah, it did.
Top right, I think. Or is that it?
Oh yeah, there it is. I'm like, where'd it go? Okay, so
for
You'll
me,
go
as
there.
far as like superior, absolutely is Connect 4.
But she's in
Connect 4, yeah, but that one is pretty like intense, but it's also I don't know. Yeah, it's a little more intense than some of these games. I don't know. That's a tough one for me. Because I've had games where it's just a casual for fun. And I've had games where we're really going at it. So it's hard for me to say.
So how many are we supposed to have as far as S tier?
I
10,
want to
right?
have 10. Yeah.
So we have 12 up there right now.
It's more like
Dance is like.
You're right. We have 12, so that means chess has to come down and probably step right up. And then more have to move down here. I think cards against humanity. Oh wait, no. Apples to apples first. Has to go down. And cards against humanity. 2, 3. And then guillotine has to go down. Oh no, we only had 12. You're right. Third. I don't know what I'm thinking. So that's actually fine. So we have 12. Well, anyways, we'll put those
Wait,
back
are we
up
supposed
for
to
now.
have 20 or?
We have 10 too. Yeah. Oh yeah, so we can have 10 in the top one, and we can have 20 in each other round. So that's fine.
Yes.
So yeah. Okay, so we don't need to move it yet. Okay. So. Oh, but wait, no. Sorry.
We have more.
We're only having 10 in the superior,
Yes.
so we do need to have those down. We're only having 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that's 10. We can have 20 in the other ones, so the other ones don't need to move. Okay. So,
Oh, it's that.
so you said Connect 4.
Connect 4.
So I think Connect 4 for me doesn't go real high for me. I think it's pretty low for me. But what do you think?
So Connect 4 is definitely one of those games where like it's above chess for me, because that's one of those games that I always get dragged into playing, and I always think to myself I'm gonna do good, and then I always do lousy because someone's so much better than me than strategy that I get kind of ticked off.
Have you ever played Connect 4, Avery?
No, you
Eight?
You played Connect 4, Avery?
Connect 4?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I haven't played that, but I've heard of it.
that game's fun. It's kind of like checkers, like vertical checkers, sort of, almost, not really. But
So let's definitely move it in front of apples to apples.
okay, I'll be all right with that. We can put it there. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think I've played it a couple times. I think when I played it, it wasn't like super intense. So like in my experience, probably be like checkers-ish level, but I haven't played it a lot.
All
Well,
right,
one of the
awesome.
things too, like
Good spot.
is on Connect 4, you have a little switch that'll just make all the pieces automatically fall to the ground. And there's been a couple of times where like I got ticked off, and I just flipped the little switch and everything fell. And I'm like, what the heck? So there's that. Which is kind of funny, but I'm trying to see. So there's a few other ones I never played. I never played Power Grid. Anyone ever played Power Grid?
I've never played Power Grid.
I never played.
Oh,
Never played Dominion. Have you never played Dominion?
Mexican Train Dominoes.
Dominion.
That
Yeah.
game's ridiculously competitive.
Yeah, so we used to play the Mexican Train Dominoes. Let's see if I can find it. I know it's on here.
Right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah,
that
so we used to
game
play
I feel
that
like
when
is
I was in
ridiculously
missionary.
competitive.
Like all the time, we always play Mexican Train Dominoes. There's this old couple that always make dinner for us, and we'd always have these like intense games of Mexican Train Dominoes. So yeah, I think it's pretty intense too. Like I think that it's like almost on the line of like poker. Almost. It's pretty,
I
like,
do too.
you're like trying to collect different sets. You're like trying to beat everybody out, and like you're.
I do
I don't know.
With that in mind, let's put it. So let's put it next to poker.
Yeah. All right, trust me.
Well, for me, like it's on the same line. I'm just trying to think like how intense it gets between these other games. I don't. Yeah, we could put it probably just below poker. I think that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if I've played it. Maybe.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. But,
Well, we got to move
Then-
the one at the end down.
Whoa.
Just
Sure.
kidding. It's birthday.
Check.
which one?
2.
At S tier.
Looks good. Whoa.
Oh yeah, you're right. You only have 10, so yep, that one's going there. Okay. So there's a couple other games I never played. I've never played.
Trust me.
Where was it? I never played.
They're not gonna trust me.
And on here, I can't even read it. I'm like trying to read it, but that one's like a queer.
No, I don't. Wait.
I don't know. I can't even read it, so I'm just gonna throw it there.
I'm gonna
But
and I'm like, okay.
I think that I played pretty much everything. Oh, I never played Puerto Rico. You never played Puerto Rico?
No, I haven't played
Other
that.
game. All right, so we're whittling it down. So like one of
You hit the ground?
the other super competitive one, what about Trivial Pursuit? I think that game gets like super intense. Like we've had some like knockdown games with my grandparents on
McDonald's game.
the Bastion side, like playing with them, with my Uncle Mark, with my dad's family. That gets
Someone's gonna teach
it's
me how
pretty
to
intense.
play. What's that game again?
Hey,
Uno?
Jet.
That dice game.
So like what?
Quick. Someone's gonna teach me how to play.
But I would probably put Trivial Pursuit probably in the S tier. I think it's the most intense trivia game that exists.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like
So for that reason, it's going to go in front of the make a deal thing.
No, it's not doing
Whoa.
poker.
No,
like,
not that high. Not that high.
For me, I think so, but we could put it in front of Mexican Train, maybe.
Okay,
We could do that.
All right.
in front of
What do you
Mexican
think,
Train and move down Scotland Yard.
Yeah, I mean, in my experience at least, like with Trivial Pursuit, it tends to be kind of like, I feel like it just can be like a long game, and a lot of those questions I don't even really know the answer to. And so
Yeah,
I
like,
don't really care as much about winning in the end, because I kind of am just ready for the game to be done. And so,
yeah.
I'd probably Codenames, I think, has like more at stake for me to win than Trivial Pursuit for those reasons. That's my experience, I'd say.
Yeah, we could even move Codenames up to like right below Catchphrase if you want, if you think that's a better spot.
Yeah, that could be good. Could work.
Yeah, so I think I just want to see if there's any last games I've never played. Oh, have you guys ever played? So this game I used to play when I was a kid. It's called
Dirt road, really bumpy.
It's called catapults and crossbows. Essentially, you have two sides, and you set up these blocks of different things to build a castle. So you build your own castle, and then you draw these little tiles, and you have actual crossbows and actual catapults, and you try to knock down the other team's castle. It's pretty fun though. Like, and that game can honestly get pretty intense.
Yeah, I don't think I've played it.
You guys ever played it? So like,
I've never played it before.
the version I played came from the 80s. I don't even know if they even make it anymore, but like I would put it high though. Like that game does get pretty intense, but not as intense as some. Like I knew we put it right below Code Games. I think that's a pretty fair spot for that. I'll put it there. When you guys ever played Crossfire? So I always remember the commercial from the 90s, like Crossfire.
Oh yes, I played that.
You can get it.
We had Crossfire.
Yeah. So, but like the thing is though, like nobody ever accounts that like when you're playing it, you have to constantly reload your little marbles because you're shooting at this thing, and it's just like. But I mean, like it's fun. What do you think?
I would
Chris?
say D.
If I say D, but like maybe above Mastermind. What do you think?
Above Mastermind, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't played that.
Yeah. Sometimes you look up the commercial from the 90s. It's a pretty intense commercial for the 90s. But all right, you guys got any ones that stand out?
Battleship. Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh yeah, Battleship. We totally forgot about Battleship. I think that one gets like pretty intense.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I would say that it definitely goes in the A tier, probably. I would say.
Probably like the top of A tier for sure.
Yeah, I think that it's like pretty in intense because people will get like ticked off if they keep trying to like make guesses and they're not hitting anything. So you're like what the heck? Like they keep making guesses. I'm not hitting anything, but then like before you know it, they like sink your battleship or your aircraft carrier, like whatever it is. And you're like, what the frick? But
So did you run into
what do you guys think?
It's been a while since I played, but yes, it can get kind of intense. I'd say for me, it's probably like between Django and Clue level of intensity.
Okay,
that's probably my experience.
I still think that that probably goes at the top of A, but that's kind of me. But
I'd say the top of A.
Yeah. Well, we can leave it there. Okay, we got 18 there, so I'll just count. So, like, if there's any more that I haven't played, I've never played Wits and Wagers. I know that's like trivia where we were like betting chips, but I've never played it. So I'll throw that one there. But what do you guys think of Twister? I think Twister, I don't know if it gets real heated. It's kind of lighthearted, but at the same time, I don't know.
It can be frustrating. I mean, if someone knocks you over, but probably B. I mean, definitely in front of. I mean, level of frustration.
Like it'll get frustrating if you can't. Like if you can't reach something and like someone's in your way and you're like, come on, and you're just right out of reach, you know. But I don't get too frustrated. Yeah, probably put it at the bottom.
Right there.
At the bottom, yeah.
I'd say for me, it's probably not. I'd say I care more about I feel like there's more at stake, and I care more about like a blockist win or a quick win than a Twister win. So that is me. Even a Zilch win, I feel like I care more about.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, I would even put it like just under Zilch. That's kind of my thought, but
so we're going on based off games that like to tick you off.
Yeah.
Not necessarily games that are like.
Well, we are doing that, but also too, like how invested are you to actually get mad enough to get ticked off and want to like flip the board over, you know? But
true.
But Twister never really makes me me like annoyed or anything. Like I just have fun with it. So, but like probably I would want to put it here, but I could compromise. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I can't really comment on. I mean, Zilch is. I mean, it's. I would say probably behind Zilch then for going there.
Okay. Yeah, I think
right
that's
there,
fair.
no lower.
Yeah, that's probably fair. I'm trying to think if there's any like real good. Oh, what about Trouble? So I think Trouble is kind of up there with like Sorry, kind of like that can.
It
really
is,
kick people
but
up.
I mean, I don't think it's. I think it's kind of a.
Oh.
It feels almost
I
like a
didn't
sorry.
drag that up.
Feels almost like a sorry. I don't want to say a sorry copy because obviously it's different.
Yeah.
But it feels like a sorry copy.
Yeah, sort of like I don't know, like a more kid-friendly version of Sorry, kind of like sort of thing.
So for that reason, Trouble should be at the bottom. It's not very like I don't feel like it's very aggressive. I feel like it's kind of
Yeah,
Sorry is like that draws, that you're drawing blows.
Yeah, and also the slogan actually is it's fun getting into trouble. So that's like kind of makes it
So
fun.
at the top of D, if
And
we're gonna put it
not-
anywhere.
Yeah, I'd probably put it about here. What do you think, Trent?
Yeah, it's been a while since I played.
I want it.
It was mostly just fun to like pop that little bubble thing.
Right.
Yeah, right. You want to sit there and
Much.
pop it. Yeah. I don't think if there's any real intense ones left. I mean, you guys ever played the game Acquire?
Skaboo?
What was that? Oh, Acquire? No, I haven't played
Yeah.
that.
No.
Yeah, so Acquire is one of my favorite games I've ever played. That game's fun. So Acquire is a stock market trading game. So you like trying to acquire different companies, and you want to try and have a monopoly over it. And every time that you acquire these companies, they have different levels of skyscrapers you can build, and so you can build different size skyscrapers on the board. And you want to try to like go. You want to acquire the stocks. And then when people go around the board, they're going to owe you more money. So it's kind of like sort of like Monopoly, and in some ways, but there's a lot of trading going on too. So I mean, it's pretty fun. It's pretty intense. I haven't played it for so long because I think they stopped making it for a while, and then they kind of brought it back. So I would probably put it
Level at the top of C.
Probably.
Or are we putting in B?
I'd probably put it in B for sure because like you can get pretty frustrated when you land on someone else's company.
Okay, so above election day,
you gotta pay them a bunch of money. I'd
so
probably
above
put
election
it.
night.
I would honestly probably even put it like at the top of B. Like it's pretty frustrating sometimes.
Okay,
So,
I'm okay with putting it there.
Yeah, like it.
Because I still
Like
have
it or
Mostborn up there. I think Mostborn is definitely one of those games that's like very, very frustrating and very aggravating.
Yeah,
And a
if
lot
I can
of
ever
fun.
get my hands on a game of Acquire, like it's kind of like a harder game to find. If I can ever find, I'd definitely like to own that game. But
Okay.
let's see.
I was trying to
so we
think
got
what else.
charades
I mean,
so that one's out of here.
Looks like we are a little past the
Or-
2-hour mark.
we are.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't.
Did
I don't
we
really
want
think that
to add anything else? I don't know.
I don't really think I really want to do a part 2, but like I just want to look and see if there's any games on there you think
And
might make
definitely
it up
kind of
really high.
do our final thoughts and all that stuff too.
Well, so one of the games I actually wanted to like put up high, it's actually Pit. So like Pit can get pretty intense. Have you ever played Pit before?
Mm-hmm.
That game gets like
So I've
super
never
intense
played
because-
Pit. What is Pit?
So you're like trading commodities. So you have like wheat, flax, barley, oats, like silver and gold, and then so you want to trade. Well, so like the game just like everybody just takes turns at the same time. So it's like a giant free for all, and it's mass chaos. And so, but you don't want anyone to see what you're trying to trade. So. You know, people going like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and like everybody's just like saying all these different numbers over and over again. But you can only trade if you have a match of it. So if you have two of a kind, 3 of a kind. But the goal is like you're trying to corner the market on a certain commodity. So once you've collected all of one commodity, then you win the round. So it's like kind of a little like sort of panic inducing because like everybody's going at the same time. So you'd be like 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, and if someone says like 3 at the same time you do, then you just trade, but you do it face down. So it's like no one can see what you're actually trading. And so sometimes you get cards that really help you. Sometimes you get cards that like don't help you at all, and you just
So
end
it
up trading
sounds like it probably
them
is
away.
above checkers then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that
Okay.
game gets pretty intense.
Put it above
It's actually a
checkers.
game that Mark's wife Shay really likes. We'd always play it with her family all the time. It's like we got to play Pit, and some versions of the game will come with this big golden bell. So when you got the corner on the market, you ring the bell. But I would definitely put it above Uno. Maybe you're like right before Millborn's probably.
Right before it, yes.
Yeah, I'd put it there. And then probably, I don't know if you guys see any last minute ones. We could do Operation or Pictionary, but it's up to you guys.
I think we got games similar to that, like with charades and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
kind of the
right.
idea that it's frustrating. You have a lot of the line, and then, as you said, if you don't really like perform as well as your other team members, then you kind of let them down.
Yep, right.
And you can be that person.
Yep. So I think charades kind of covers it. So yeah, but I think the games left.
Control game is a lot of fun, but I don't really feel like it's one of those games where it's like I didn't really feel like it was obligated, like War of the Worlds kind of thing.
Yeah. So like Shannon actually, she has that game. It's one of the few games I can actually get her to play with me, but it's like pretty much all based on like luck of the draw, like whatever card that you draw, you get different things. You can gain supplies, you can get sick, you can die of dysentery or like different crazy things.
Right.
So, but it's pretty much all luck. So, I mean, I think that one.
And a very tongue in cheek.
Yeah, it is. Yep. But like, I don't really think there's really really any more we need to really rank. I mean, if there's any that I would suggest playing, like
Skabo or Skaboo. Skaboo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Skippo's a lot of fun. I actually love Skippo.
Love
it. Fun. Or like Rummy Cube, that game's kind of like similar. I don't know. It's kind of pokerish, I guess you could say. But maybe you guys ever played Kill Dr. Lucky? That game's fun. The game is reverse clue. So like instead of like trying to find out who the killer is and catch him, you're actually trying to be the killer, and you want to try to kill Dr. Lucky, and you have the same board with a setup kind of like Clue, and you're going from room to room trying to collect different weapons you can kill this guy with. You want to be the first one to actually kill him. So that game's fun, but I think that's probably good. Yeah,
that's perfect. Yeah,
we got a little over 2 hours.
Absolutely.
So you can probably call it good there. So yeah, I'll just kind of go over our top 10 games to ruin a friendship with. So these are the games that like we've been saying this whole time that make you want to flip the game board over again, that get frustrated. So we have Monopoly Deal, we have Mexican Train Dominoes, we have Trivial Pursuit, Poker, Ticket to Ride, Scrabble, Monopoly, Catan, and then our top 2 we got Sorry, definitely frustrating, and then Risk is like frustrating for like a really long time, because it's a super long game. I've had like 4-hour games of Risk, and it's it's long. So, and then on the more lighthearted side, we just have these ones down here. We got like Blockus, Quicks, Zilch, Twister, Yahtzee, Bingo, Trouble, Crossfire, and Mastermind. So that's it.
This has been a lot of fun, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, man. And I know this was kind of my like tongue-in-cheek idea, man. So I appreciate you kind of putting this thing together. This is a lot of fun. Great episode.
So if you guys ever have any suggestions for the next tier ranker topic we can cover, one good thing is if you go to tiermaker.com, I always want want to give a lot of credit to tiermaker.com, because without that website, we probably wouldn't even have this show. So
Right.
You can go on there and you can browse through all the different categories. They have so many different. You can cover sports. You can cover like more different kind of like niche, like things for like movies or books or things like that. So we'll have to kind of discuss. We haven't really decided on a topic for next week, so we'll have to kind of
bouncing some things around.
Yeah. So if anyone that's tuning into this one has any suggestion, we have an email too that's down in the description, but it's moviehero2121@gmail.com. You can go there. You can ask us questions. You can suggest topics, and we'll definitely give you a shout out on the
for the idea, of course, absolutely.
And also too, we're always looking for some cool, fun guests. So if it ends up working out, then we can have you on the show. We'd love to have more guests on the show.
That would be awesome.
The type of show that's kind of built for that, for having
right. It really is.
So getting a lot of input.
Guys, thank you so much for jumping on here and joining us. I know obviously you guys are Jordan's family that I appreciate sort of being in the mix of that, but this is awesome.
Yep, all the chaos over there. They're visiting my brother Aaron. It was his birthday this past weekend, so we got to say happy birthday to.
Happy birthday, Aaron! So you're like 32 years old.
You were close. He's actually 33. I think. Yeah.
33. So, well, happy 33rd birthday, sir.
Yes, Aaron. You heard that.
Say happy birthday, Aaron. But yeah, they went down there for a little surprise party. I couldn't make it because I'm stuck up here in Washington, but that's all right. I definitely.
And I just gotta say, like, since we're going live here, my Packers won today. Woo!
Go Pack, go! Yeah, my dad will be happy about that one. He's a big Packers fan.
Yeah.
But so we'll call it a wrap here. So, Trent, where can the people find you?
Find me on Facebook and let's see, Twitter, pretty sure, and TrentBonanza.weebly.com.
All right, awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. We definitely appreciate it. So is it good to have some good input from the opposite side to like try and promote some love and kindness and then
some togetherness.
Yes, right. But
some love.
Won't we be friends?
Yep. But Chris, where can the people find you?
So I know. So we kind of had a blip. I believe I should know my handles.
I actually wanted to see if I could just put us all back up like that. There you go. Trent's on there twice.
Hold
nice.
on. Let's see. Sorry.
Get a double dip.
So my Twitter's a really good one to find me at writer_84. And also Facebook as well. You can find me. Yeah, so there it is.
There you go.
And Instagram's down there. I said emails with questions.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also, too, I want to throw up just this for a minute. I didn't leave it up there because it was covering people's faces while we were doing it. But yeah. Well, thanks for coming on as always, Chris. And for me,
a lot of fun.
You can find me. I'm actually getting ready to hop onto another YouTube show right after this. So it is called. Actually, I want to make sure that I get it right. So it's called TMG After Dark. So basically, we just go on. We talk about the latest movie news. So if you just go into to TMG Entertainment, I'll be literally, as soon as this is done, just jumping into their stream, and so we just give our thoughts on the latest movie news. We just kind of shoot the breeze, and then also too that they have a trivia league called TMG Trivia where they're setting up a match for me. It'll be my first time doing trivia online. Like a live type setting where they came to me and want to know one strength of mine, which I chose movie quotes. I'm always really good at quoting movies, so I'm going to be doing that. And then my opponent chose Quentin Tarantino movies, which I don't know quite so much about. So we'll see. We're both going to be thrown questions about that, and some various other topics too when it comes to movies. So that should be a lot of fun. And then we also have a Facebook group called Schmodown Friends and Family. And I also want to give a little shout out. Earlier today, they had the Schmodown Awards. So I always want to try and support them when I can. But they gave like some awards like the Player of the Year, the Team of the Year, the best moments of the year, just some things like that. So that's definitely on the Movie Trivia Schmodown YouTube channel, so you can find it there. But yeah, that's yep. So yeah, but also too, we got some fun stuff going on over in the Movie Trivia Schmodown Friends and Family group that me and Chris run, and I've been putting some polls up there for we got a little tournament going to determine everyone's favorite comedian. So that includes comedic actors and also stand-up comedians. So we're just voting. There'll be one poll every day on there, and we're going to go through all of them. There's about like 600 or 700 we're going to go through until we determine the number one ultimate favorite. So if you want to be a part of that and make sure your favorites advance, you can go to Movie Trivia Friends and Family. So felt like that was a pretty long plug. So we'll kind of leave it there. But yeah, so this has been Tier Ranker Fights, and this has been Trent. This has been the Casablanca Kid. I've been Jordan Movie Hero Anderson, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.